Alrighty guys, we're back for Azorius Defenders, and this is a Foundation Standard brew, and I'm Redcat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. We have all four Wingmantle Chaplains. It's a 4-mana 0/3 Defender. When it enters, create a 1/1 white bird creature token with flying for each creature with Defender you control. Cool stuff, and then also, you create one of those birds whenever another creature you control with Defender enters as well. Nice. So that's one of the reasons to try out Defenders in Azorius colors. Another reason is Walking Bulwark. It's a 1-mana 0/3 with Defender for 2 mana until end of turn. Target creature with Defender gains haste, can attack as though it didn't have Defender, and assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Activate only as a sorcery. Cool stuff, man. Well, what other Defenders do we have packed in? We have 4 Crystal Barricades. It's a 2-mana 0/4 with Defender. You have hexproof. Cool. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. So of course, having Crystal Barricade on the board so that way your opponent can't drop a lightning strike to your face, that sounds really neat, man. So all the burn goes to the barricade first before they can start picking off our other creatures with burn or hitting our face with burn. Yeah, we'll see if this does the thing today. Another card that I really want to see do the thing today, Fog Bank, making the cut as a 4 of as well. 2-mana 0/2 Defender with flying. That'll come in handy. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to and dealt by this creature. The Fog Bank is not one that you want to power up with the Bulwark because of that last ability there dealt by this creature as well. Other than that, it's a 0/2. So first of all, you probably wouldn't want to power it up with the Bulwark anyways. But dealt 2... You're telling me we can hold off an Archfiend of the Dross with just a Fog Bank? I'm down. Now against the Archfiend deck list, of course, they have a lot of spot removal, but we'll see, we'll see. Other defenders, we got a couple Gleaming Barriers, just a 0/4 defender. When it dies, you create a treasure token. Cool. We got a couple of Rune-Sealed Walls, too. It's a 3-mana 0/6 defender with tap Surveil 1, which could come in handy. Now, it's not technically a defender, but Enduring Innocence does know how to defend pretty well. The lifelink comes in handy, and when it dies, it has that enduring ability where it comes back as just an enchantment. Also acting as our main card draw in here, and that's going to be very important to restock our hand and make sure we keep the board full of a lot of defenders. We have a top end Jace the Perfected Mind. That +1 ability seems like it would be pretty annoying with all of our big toughness creatures, right? Then also, we just needed another potential win condition. If the game goes on for too long and we defended for too long, then maybe milling out the opponent rather than flying in the air with our Wingmantle birdies. Yeah, you never know. Mill might be one of the main win conditions. Maybe we'll get to the end of this video and say, wow, we really needed 3 Jace instead or something. We do have some removal in here. All 4 get lost. How to do the thing. We have all 4 unsummons too for some tempo, but then also it could potentially help us protect our own creatures. Or maybe do something fancy like bounce back a Wingmantle Chaplain and play it back down for even more birdies too. You never know. If you got some counterspells packed in, I'm opting for Phantom Interference, but this could be your counterspell of choice. All right, the mana base, guys. 22 total mana. We got an even split between blue and white, so that's what we're rocking over here in the mana base. Except for the 3 Verge, which is only going to be a white source until you have a plains or an island on the board, but that should be fine, especially since we have double white in the Enduring Innocence as well. 3 Restless Anchorage, because I do think the Restless Land is going to be pretty important, and then early land with the Seachrome Coast. Okay, no honorable mentions, guys. What at the very least should have made the cut as an honorable mention? Something I do want to mention, though, is I did not want to go Bant. There's probably a lot of really cool green cards that we potentially could have added to this. A lot of big toughness creatures and stuff, but not this time around. Okay, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take this into some ranked and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? Oh, buddy, it's gonna be super janky, isn't it? I played a few test games with a few different versions of this defenders list. I finally landed on this version where I had to add a lot more removal than I originally had. No, right, we go first. I'm not the biggest fan of this hand, but we'll try it. I feel like it might be a little bit of a weird mulligan, but I don't know, man. Maybe I should have mulliganed. We'll see how long this Crystal Barricade could keep us alive, right? While we try to draw into our 3rd mana. 22 land in here, even splitting the mana base. We'll be fine. We'll totally be fine. We have a turn with the Crystal Barricade and removal with the Get Lost when it comes time. Oh no, my Get Lost. Or one of the Jace. It's probably the Get Lost. Oh no, it's one of the Jace actually. Wow. Crystal Barricade, that's good at least. That's another creature that we can actually play. So what's it going to be? Golgari or Mono Black? Mono Black. Deep Cavern. Bat. We have Hexproof. Nice. That worked out. All right, let's get that Enduring Innocence down to try to keep our... Dude, Crystal Barricade's Hexproof already coming into play. Deep Cavern Bat reading target opponent's hand. It's actually really cool. Anoint with Affliction. No, it exiles. No, my little sheep friend. Oh, Fog Bank. Okay, well, unfortunately, they have lifelink on the Deep Cavern Bat, so it's not going to stop them from swinging every turn. So maybe it's going to be Jace for the turn then, right? We'll take the 2 gladly. Get the Jace down and established and get these pluses. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Maybe establish Fog Bank and start drawing with the Jace too. And I believe we'd want to mill the opponent just in case. Oh, Jace is gone. Crap. Well, that's both of our Jace out of the build. More mana. I don't mind seeing it, I guess. I'm okay with powering up the Restless Anchorage. I'm also just okay with dumping the defenders on the board in case we draw into a Wingmantle Chaplain. I'm a little bit concerned about losing the Get Lost in our hand, being the last card. But if a Liliana comes down, they probably want to start cleaning up our defenders, so they probably go Sacrifice first. Then again, they do know we have the Get Lost. So that's actually, that's tough, man. Oh, crap. Unstoppable Slasher's rough because it has Death Touch, dude. Oh, Unsummon. Okay. Okay. Well, we have a lot of stall power in our hand right now for the Unstoppable Slasher. I guess we keep them both open. Right? We don't want to swing with the Restless Anchorage. Nowhere to run. Uh-oh. Maybe I'll protect my Fog Bank. That's one way to get around the Fog Bank's ability, huh? Just -3/-3. Should we protect it? Probably not. Because we probably tempo for the turn with the Slasher. Okay, this is a problem. Definitely a problem. Yeah, tempo for the turn over the Get Lost. Get Lost hits a lot more. We don't really want to hit the Deep Cavern Bat with it. All right, we need to see more. Okay, let's start swinging with the Restless Anchorage, especially since we're not in immediate danger, and we have the map token, which could help us find more. Could also try to get a barricade above. We'd need 3 perfect map tokens, though, so now we'll just go on to the Restless Anchorage. Enduring Innocence, I'll keep that on top, actually. I feel like if our Enduring Innocence wasn't perfectly exiled, then that really could have... I mean, we'd have a decent hand right now, right? We would have drawn a few times off of it already. With the Barricade and then also the Fog Bank. Archfiend, no! Right after the Fog Bank is gone. Well, Get Lost is definitely hitting that Archfiend. But then they'll have the Unstoppable Slasher. Do we wait? It's not like mono black has protection unless they have... No, I can't think of anything right now, at least. Right, I think we keep it open. Just in case. I'm pretty sure it's going to hit that Archfiend, but I guess you never know. Oh my goodness. Right. So, that is also a valid target. But 6 now from the Archfiend. Or take care of blood... Or wait, yeah. Do we take care of Archfiend now? Let them keep the Bloodletter, or do we take care of the Bloodletter now and take the 7 for the turn? I don't know. I think both are pretty valid, and I think I'm just gonna go for the Bloodletter actually. But I don't know. That's really tough. Oh, Fog Bank, awesome. That's good. That's really good. Let's start with the card draw. Yes. Ooh, Walking Bulwark. Okay. Okay, we'll take that action too. I mean, we wouldn't want to save it for next turn to draw again, right? I don't think so. Yeah, we don't... Like, they're just flying in the air with so much. We can successfully swing on the ground. We're back up to 10 here. Fog Bank blocks really well. So we'll see what we could get done. It actually hasn't been too bad so far. Cut down for the Fog Bank. Crap. All right, let's see what else they have here for the turn. 7 in the air. Down to 1. They're up to 17, unfortunately. They do have the Unstoppable Slasher. It's mana. Crap. All right, well, we'll go for the fun swing for the turn, huh? Overall, this was kind of cool, right? We'll go ahead, power up all the defenders for a really fun swing. We go back up to 3 here. Yeah, there's a reason we have all 4 Get Lost and all 4 Unsummons, huh? There's just too many crucial creatures that we need to constantly remove. All right, we take the 2, but we gained the 2 from the lifelink. And we got the opponent down to 6. Honestly, the game's gone on for so long, they might have gained 6 from that Deep Cavern Bat, huh? Let me know how much life they gained from the Deep Cavern Bat. Bloodletter, number 2. Good game, opponent. That wasn't that bad, honestly. They had pretty effective removal for the Fog Bank. And earlier I said, like, oh, perfect removal with the nowhere to run. With mono black, I mean, of course it was going to be perfect removal for the Fog Bank, right? Because, like, I was kind of thinking, like, oh, it's not 3 damage. It's -3/-3. But we were up against mono black anyways. If it was, like, even if we were up against Rakdos, they were still going to have the correct pieces of removal for a Fog Bank, so all that is very noteworthy. Also, I feel like the music was a little loud in that one for some reason. Some of the tracks seem much louder than other tracks. Okay. Right. Good hand? Right? Yeah. Totally. Yeah, it's a funny deck list because we're kind of doing the control thing, but we're not doing it. We're not doing the control thing like incredibly well. I guess we could count it as a tempo list then. No board wipes. For a very good reason though, because we're trying to establish so many defenders on the board. A board wipe would definitely harm us just as much as the opponents most of the time, I would think. Wingmantle, cool, awesome. That's good. So they get more flyers, man. There's been a lot of flyers recently. Tempted by just keeping the Phantom Interference open here. Countering their turn 3, getting Innocence down before the Barricade. We also get to keep the Get Lost if we don't have a good counterspell. But I feel like it's going to be a decent counterspell here. turn 3s usually are, but I guess it depends. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. So we're up against some mono white life gain, huh? They do get the Scry 1 ability on the Ruin Lurker bat, though, since something went to the grave, but that's fine. They keep it on top. They like it. Unsummon. Okay, Verge right now is just a white source, which is totally fine. We'll see if Enduring Innocence gets to stick around. Let's see what they kept on top. All right, 4th mana. Johnny's Pride Mate. Oh, crap. All right, the good news about it being a Pride Mate, though, is it's not going to be giving those counters to its other creatures once we kill it. But then also, even if that was the case, Unsummon really does the job well, doesn't it? And let's see. Fogbank would have been pretty good here. 3 flyers in the air. We're on a clock, dude. It's a long clock, but we don't have a lot of answers for these. We definitely want to deal with the Johnny's Pride Mate. We want to do it in their combat step, probably with the Get Lost, right? We start with the card draw and the Crystal Barricade. And that way we still have 2 open for the Get Lost. Oh, Gleaming Barrier isn't bad too. But no, we gotta do this for the Pride Mate. 3 in the air, good blockers on the ground. We could also chump for the turn, though. We could chump with the Innocence. I'm sorry, opponent. I'm thinking, buddy. I am thinking. We have all right options here. If we go Gleaming Barrier, we further set up for the Chaplain next turn, which finally gets things in the air. If we just go for the chump, if they draw something that's... Let's just hope their draw is really bad. Let's go for the chump on the Innocence. Innocence will come back with the Enduring ability. Okay, nice. Okay, this isn't bad. This is not bad. Yeah, we want to keep the defenders because we want as many birdies in the air as possible. And we go back up to 13. And there, Johnny's Pride Mate is a 9/9. That happened fast, huh? Holy cow. All right, they pass it back. So I suppose we don't want to play the Anchorage. We could draw an untapped source to keep the Unsummon open. But yeah, we go Chaplain, so we have blockers in the air. We get 3 birdies. We get card draw. It's a Jace. There's only 2 Jace in here. We play our tap land. We do not have the Unsummon, so we'll be forced to chump the Pride Mate. And again, hopefully it's nothing too fancy. Sanctifier, okay. As far as chumps go, do we want to go like Gleaming Barrier, Treasure Token? We do multiple things on our turn. Won't take damage from the Jace, for example. I think it's Gleaming Barrier. Yeah, more mana can't hurt anything on this current board. It also could have been one of the birdies, I guess. Oh, the open treasure token is Unsummon, or that does give us the Unsummon open, but probably want to wait on that. The Get Lost on the Pride Mate is probably a little better. It's another Unsummon, actually. Ah, right. So, what the heck do I want to do, bro? I have no idea. I guess full-blown Jace. We don't have to take the 2 to keep the Get Lost open. I'm pretty sure it's still Get Lost for the Pride Mate, and the Unsummons have to do work elsewhere. Jace is probably sticking around for a while. So we'll start milling the opponent and get some card draw for this too. All right, Enduring Innocence. Cool. Right. I guess we pass it back. You guys don't think they're going to have a lot of protection in there, right? I guess we'll find out when we try to take out this Pride Mate. See where they swing. They swing face. They swing with the Sanctifiers. Okay. So I'll try to take out the Pridemate. Hope that they don't actually have protection in here. They do not. Pridemate's off this board. Okay. We'll block one of the Sanctifiers and another one of the Sanctifiers with 2 of the birdies to get one of these off the board. That makes sense, right? Yeah, we still got 2 birdies in the air. Ruin Lurker Bat. Gonna be scry. They got 3 scries here. They got a Healer's Hawk on top with the map. Yeah, since the Get Lost gives them the maps, I guess they didn't have anything in hand that they wanted to cast, so they might as well do the map tokens. Alright, some planes. So this Ruin Lurker Bat's kind of a problem, now that it's 2-2, right? But we have double Unsummon. Jace is still on the board. More mana is not terrific. I think, well, we can at least safely play that mana and then use it for the Enduring Innocence draw on this Innocence. See what we see. It's more mana. All right, we can go plus.
You can be made to obey.
I guess we have enough blockers. We could have went for the -2 again, which also would have worked. Yeah, we have both Unsummons available. I guess we still hold everything back as blockers. There's, like, we swing in, they take the 2, then they swing. They're gaining so much anyways. Leyline of Hope is in the opponent's deck list, guys. Oh, crap, bro. That's a problem. All right, let's see where they end up swinging. Probably, they want to try to clean up this Jace. They don't know we have the second one. Yeah, so if they have at least 7 life or more, then their starting total, so 27 or more, right? Creatures you control get +2/+2. We're in danger, bro. They actually full swing at the Jace. We could double Unsummon to protect it for the turn. They get to play one of them. We could also chump. If we chump one, bounce the other, they play it back down. It's still a 3/3, but we still have one Unsummon for an emergency then. I guess that's what we'll do. We're trying to think ahead here a little bit by keeping the other Unsummon. And yeah, they get to play it back down, but we get to keep the Jace around. Instead of going plus, now that Leyline of Hope is on the board, we probably just go -2. Or we could go for the mill. Mill them 9. They get to play the Ruin Lurker Bat. They gain off the Sanctifier, which is a little bit more thanks to the Leyline. Dude, we're in danger, bro. Holy cow. With the second Jace in hand, we have a mill for 9 on this Jace and a mill for 15 on this Jace, but the opponent still has 41 cards, so that mill is very far away from being successful. So we're going to start with the card draw, especially since we saw even more. How many cards? They got 7 cards in the grave. If they have 20 or more cards in the grave, yeah, they're too far from that too, even once we play the second Jace. So we're just going to go -2, see what we see.
I know where to find all.
Another Unsummon, which actually isn't terrible, but we definitely just need to see more of our defenders too, more of our Wingmantle Chaplains and whatnot. So I'm pretty sure we're just going to play the other Jace and do the exact same thing. I hope that's okay. No reason to take that when we still have 2 mana open. Unless we find one of our 3 mana cards off of this, right? See what we can get done with this Jace. That's 13 cards now in their grave. Bulwark, now we get some card draw here. We'll probably end up playing the island, so we still have both Unsummons open, but we'll see what we draw. More mana, wow! That's really bad. Right. So, okay. I guess we pass it back. Leyline of Hope is super devastating here. I don't know how we're going to get around this +2/+2 to all their creatures. I wonder if they're still scared of that Jace. It does appear to be that way. Well, we might as well protect the Jace again, right? So we want to bounce the one with the counter. So we can chump block both of those and then go unsummon onto the 4/4. They get to play it again. The Sanctifier gains them even more life. But with how high their life total is, maybe I was too greedy with the draws on the Jace. That literally might be the only actual way through. Like, how else are we going to be dealing all this damage, you know? Another Sanctifier. Another Ruined Lurker Bat. Crap. I mean, at the same time, though, if we weren't drawing off the Jace, we would need to see more of our creatures. Like, we should be drawing enough off the Innocence, but a lot of mana, dude. I don't know if it's a flood, though. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 10 mana. All right, we're going to save that Unsummon for an emergency again, just like before. All right, awesome. Crystal Barricade, let's get that down. Because we get card draw here. We get a 1/1 in the sky. Phantom Interference. Okay, that's something. Something we can do on their turn. Full power. I want Jace to stay around for as long as possible. So a plus on the Jace. Could be risky, but with an Unsummon and a Phantom Interference, 1 chump blocker, it should be okay. We do have a Restless Anchorage in case of an emergency too. Full-blown Phantom Interference cost a lot. 4 or 5, all of it. So we want untap source, so we still have the Unsummon open too. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Okay, end turn. So anyways, now that we saw the Seachrome Coast too, we're 26 cards in, 11 mana, so half of our mana. So not really a flood. We're just like a little bit, I guess, but not really. At 22 total lands and seeing half. Well, I guess it's a little bit of a flood, yeah. Just a little bit, though. Wait a minute, am I mathing? I'm not mathing correctly. Am I? Who am I? What's happening? Oh, man. Right, so the opponent has 33 cards, even after all that mill, because of all of our card draw. Oh, Knight Errant of Eos. Oh, crap, dude. They still got 3 mana open. Make them pay 2 so they play a little bit less this turn. I'm okay with that. We get a birdie and we get some card draw. Because what else is Phantom Interference going to be hitting when they have that much mana, right? So make them pay the 2 for this. And we get the 2/2 on the board, so we get draw 2 here. Yeah, we might mill ourselves out before we mill the opponents. Oh, it's more land. Okay, now it's a flood, right? If I was confused before, I'm no longer confused. That is a flood, bro. Oh, buddy. The good news about the 2/2, now if they try to full swing at the Jace, yeah, that's actually not the greatest for them, right? Pridemate and Healer's Hawk. So life gain versus defenders, this could be a very long game. And it's already melting my brain a little bit. So Johnny's Pridemate is probably the bounce for the turn. Like, we've been saving the Unsummon for an emergency. But do we really want to chump that much? We don't want to bounce the Knight Errant. They'll just play it again next turn, though. They do full swing at the Jace. But never mind, the Unsummon will be going to protect the Jace here. So we bounce one of these, right? And then we double block the other one. At least one of the Ruined Lurker Bats is gone. They do get a Scry here, though. They get Pridemate up to a 7/7. See if they keep this on top. They send it to the bottom. Crystal Barricade. All right, awesome. At least we're still seeing the stuff we need to draw off the Enduring Innocence. So we'll play that. See what we draw. Get another 1/1. Wingmantle. Wingmantle, guys. That's so good. All right. All right. We go for it, right? We go for all of it this turn. Just even more defenders. That's all 4 Crystal Barricades, first of all. And then Wingmantle. Yes, look at all those birdies. All right, we'll get the Seachrome Coast down. And then plus on Jace, Ruin Lurker back, because that's their flyer.
You can be made to obey.
They drop an oops. I'm scared. What is it, opponent? What is it? What's going on? It's so funny because they're at 66. So even though we have 10 birdies on the board, it's going to take so many turns to push this through. But Jace being at 5 is definitely noteworthy. Okay, they go Knight Errant. I mean, they don't have a blocker in the air. Okay, they're going up to 70 here. Ruin Lurker Bat. Okay. Oh, that's right. And they have a Healer's Hawk too, so they got a couple blockers in the air now. I think I might have been too greedy with that other Jace, guys, but how else were we gonna figure that out? They full swing at the Jace. They understand that the mill is the way through. So we can successfully chump here, right? So we can chump this with a 1/1, I guess. We want to keep as many defenders back as possible. Enduring Innocence can chump here because it'll just come back and continue to help us draw as well. All right. Successful blocks. We're up to 15. Jace sticks around. Let's start with the draw on the Gleaming Barrier. Oh my goodness, guys, this is silly. Okay, couple birdies. Probably continue with the plus on the Jace, but they got 14 with 2 Healer's Hawks. It's not worth the swing. Oh my goodness, guys, it's more mana. Oh no. Oh no. That's really bad. So I guess the play here, right, is to, I guess, first of all, we can get a tapped land down because we have nothing to do outside of the Bulwark's ability. We're going to be chumping every turn for a while. The best thing we can do is probably plus the Jace until that -X can get us there. And we want to continue to plus the Jace on their flyers. Oh, crap, dude. That's rough. Got 29 cards. How much land is this now? We have 10 mana on the board and 5 in hand. So there's only 7 lands remaining in the deck list. Full swing. They want to get rid of that Jace, dude. That's hilarious. All right. We got chumps. We will chump and we got to use the blockers in the air. Oh my goodness, dude. First of all, where are these arrows going? This is not chumped yet, right? This one. So no one is hitting the Jace. Correct? Correct. Okay. Right. Also, we could have powered up the Anchorage to try to take out one of these flyers. We would have lost the Anchorage. We'll wait. We'll wait for that, I guess. All right. Yeah, opponent knows. They could also have Get Lost in here. Fog Bank. All right. That's a good one. Let's draw off the Fog Bank. This is silly, guys. This is silly. Couple more blockers. Another Fog Bank. All right. And mana. Wow. I'm actually terrified that the opponent's going to find a Get Lost. I'll make it so that way we could go -5 for the turn, right? That way, if they do find a Get Lost, at least we did something. Keep the Jace at a 1, and then we protect it at all costs. They're down to 14 cards remaining. No point in playing the Seachrome Coast when we have that much mana on the board. All right, guys. Blockers for days. This has got to be so annoying for the opponent. Opponent, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Oh, man. GG opponent, let's go, guys. They decided that we just have too many blockers. Maybe they didn't have a get lost in there, or also maybe it was just incredibly annoying because that was a 21-minute game. Melt in my brain. Bro, I always bring it up, but there's a reason I play aggro, huh? Holy cow, bro. All right. One more. Because if we have another 20-minute game, then we're pushing it overtime. Hopefully we don't have another 20-minute game, but that's kind of what we got to expect when we're playing a deck list like this. And guys, we do want to consider that third Jace, don't we? We do, because we had both of them in that game, and if we didn't, that could have been a very different game. All right. Opponent goes first. We got double Fog Bank. I say we keep this. First of all, I really want to see Fog Bank do the thing against the mouse builds and stuff. But the problem with the mouse builds is, of course, trample. Healer's Hawk. There's no way, right? There's no way that it's more life gain. It's not the same opponent, right? I never look at the opponent's names. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, opponents. All right. Well, crap. First of all, we'll try to... I was going to say... Do we unsummon now? I guess we will. Honestly, I kind of want to concede just so we can find a different matchup just to showcase the deck list more. But at the same time, we'll play it out. We'll see what we can get done here. Wait a minute, guys. I bounced that so I could counter it. Oh, no. I distracted myself. Vanguard, that's good. Okay, Essence Channeler comes back down. So we just ended up tempoing out the Channeler. But, yeah, the goal was the Phantom Interference, but I got excited to play my Fog Bank, I guess. Enduring Innocence. I guess the Phantom Interference can come into play later on. That's fine, because we have blockers for days with the Fog Bank into the Channeler. Sky Knight Squire. Oh, wow. Look at that. First strike lifelink. I don't know if we see this Bright Blade very often in these life gain lists, right? I'll take that trade all day, buddy, and we'll block here too. Vanguard off the board, we go back up to 20. And we still get card draw every time we play something out of hand anyways, so... I think the other Enduring Innocence is a little bit better than the Fog Bank right now. Because keeping our hand stocked... Alright, it's a Gleaming Barrier. Alright. Playing the mana before drawing off the first Innocence could have been bad depending on what was in our hand, but not that time around. Essence Channeler. Alright, out of cards in their hand. We'll go ahead and block the Channeler. Oh, first strike lifelink. Man, that's rough, huh? There's going to be a better chump in this Enduring Innocence's future, huh? We'll take the 6. Yeah, with the first strike, that's really cool. That's really cool. All right, let's go Fog Bank number 2. See what we draw. Draw 2. This is actually really neat, man. If it wasn't against life gain, I feel like we'd be sitting pretty. But up against life gain, our only hope is the mill. So it's super awkward going up against this twice. So Phantom Interference could be open. They got 5 mana. Probably not. It's probably just going to be better to generate spirits when it comes time for these Enduring Innocence. Crystal Barricade, the Hexproof, probably doesn't do too much. I'm going to go for the Gleaming Barrier. See what they draw. It's a pride, mate. All right. They get the squire into the air. Chump and chump and block and chump. How's that look, guys? Jeez, bro. Jeez, man. At least they don't have the ley line on the board yet, right? Maybe I should have let the Gleaming Barrier die. More mana for this turn could have really come in handy. Actually, really would have come in handy. More birdies, right? Maybe that's what I'll do, though. Maybe I'll wait. Enduring Innocence, see what we draw. Yeah, we'll try to wait a little bit longer. We're trying to draw into the Jace, but then we need the Jace to survive for so many turns. Did end up finding more mana. It's not untapped mana. That's okay, though. That's untapped mana. So if we had an Unsummon in hand, that would have been important to make sure that we played that out in the proper order. But we don't, so we'll just get the Restless Anchorage down. Yeah, as many defenders need to survive as possible for the Chaplain. That gets us a lot of chump blockers in the air. Right. So, similar concept. Block in the air. Block here. Chump here, right? We can take 5 down to 10. I want to keep the defender for an extra 1/1 for now, because we're safe enough. Actually going to be, we're taking 6 because of the first strike. The Brightblade is actually really sick in this deck list. We're going down to 9. We're gaining 2 off the Innocence, back up to 11. All right, our 4th Enduring Innocence, dude. What on earth? All right, well, play the untapped land, and we're going to ignore the Innocence for the turn. Let's get the Rune-Sealed Wall down. That's 5 defenders. See what we draw. Another Fog Bank's really good. A couple more Fog Banks. Wow. How greedy do we get? We don't, because when we play the Fog Banks, we're going to be generating 1/1s anyways. Cool, but it's going to be really hard to get any damage through. In desperate need of seeing those Jaces. We're going to have to go full powered. Both of the Jaces are going to have to be full powered. Okay, untapped land. We'll get that down. See what we draw on the Fog Bank. Actually, see what we draw on the Enduring Innocence, because apparently we need a lot of card draw. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, the Phantom Interferences. All right, and we get 1 more card draw here. We'll have 1 Phantom Interference counter open with an Unsummon if we want to try that. Probably. No. It's fine just to play another Fog Bank. Look at all 4 Phantom Interference just chilling because I don't know how to play counter spells. Oh, we don't want to forget the tap on the Rune-Sealed Wall too. The Surveil could come in handy. All right. No swings because they have terrific blocks in the air. We could bounce the Sky Knight Squire, I guess, but it would be better to bounce one of the Channelers. But they're having trouble getting through anyways. All right, I'll still tempo out one of these things, though. And it should probably be the chunkiest Channeler, just in case. That's fine. Get the Surveil. Wingmantle Chaplain. All right, why not? I mean, we're going to be drawing 4 after playing it anyways, so I might as well play it. Still have 4 mana open. It's kind of crazy, dude. Again, we're going to mill ourselves before we mill the opponent. Come on, Jace. Come on. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Right, so Wingmantle? Right, let's start with the swing. I'll attack, call back the Enduring Innocence. We'll get some damage through here. They don't know what's in hand. So they might just decide to take the damage from the birdies. Our board state is so incredibly wide that these birds might actually be able to do something. Because this time around, the opponent's not at 60 or 70. They're at 33. So this other Wingmantle Chaplain should actually be able to do a lot. They do decide that the blocks are worthwhile. Okay. Yeah, since they don't know it's in hand, I mean, I guess it really depends. They do gain off the Healer's Hawk. It was a trade into that Healer's Hawk, too. All right, Wingmantle. More birdies. Oh, my goodness. And we might as well get the tapped land down. That's okay. Fine. We have the Surveil on the Rune-Sealed Wall. We don't need the mana, so we'll discard the island. Hand is nice and stocked. We're seeing our 4 ofs, which is something else. Pridemate. Back up to 30. So even though we swung with 8 creatures last turn, we barely made a mark. Another Essence Channeler. At this point, these Phantom Interference, I mean, they're definitely going to have to be flyers, but we have to be careful about that. Probably, depending on what we draw, though, they might not do anything. GG opponent. Wow. I mean, we're just annoying the crap out of people right now, aren't we? So 2 life gain deck lists in a row. I apologize to the opponents. I never look at the names. I barely look at what Planeswalker they're playing to, so I have no idea if it was actually the same. I have no idea if it was the same person or not. I probably not. That's very rare to go up against the same person 2 times in a row. Guys, we're going to call it there. Holy cow. Well, first of all, end of video pack. And while I have you here at the end of the video, make sure you check out that description where we do have that Discord link, as well as that Patreon link, too, if you're interested in supporting the channel that way. And then also, guys, for all the YouTube nonsense, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing as well, because it really does help out the channel. So thank you, guys. All right, Consuming Aberration. What the heck are you? That's not even my first one. I've had these before. Power toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your opponent's graveyards. Oh, okay, so you're milling the opponent, and then it's a chunky creature. Whenever you cast a spell, each opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a land card. Puts those cards into the graveyard. That's kind of neat. I like that. That's kind of neat. It's not legendary, too, so that you could do some nonsense with maybe copying that or something. I don't know. That could be a cool deck list, actually. All right, guys, that was my second one, too. Here's the deck list again. What? That's all I got to say. All right, see you guys next time now. Okay, so Fogbank really put in the work in that last one. Like, it was really awkward. We were drawing a lot, though. But, like, seeing our 4 ofs, Fogbank, we saw 3 of the Chaplains. We saw all 4 Phantom Interference. I don't know how to play with counterspells, dude, so they just chill in hand more often than not. Unless, like, I actually get them early, too, then sometimes I do keep it open. But not in that game. I was just excited to play the Fogbank down. It's silly because, like, if you're up against the right deck list, you're almost guaranteeing that you'll stall them out, right? Against that deck list that the opponent had, they have a lot of evasion in the air, but we're blocking well enough in the air, I suppose, right? With Fogbanks and stuff, and then our birdies on the Wingmantle Chaplain. To the point where if they're not rocking Trample to get that excess damage through, they're in trouble, man. Speaking of Trample, I would have loved to go up against like a Monstrous Rage list. When I was testing different versions of this deck list, I was going up against the Monstrous Rage lists. I would have loved to see if this version could have held up against that, because before that, I just had more creatures packed in and less removal, and it just wasn't working out as much as it actually worked out today. But it probably only worked out today because we were up against the same deck list 2 times in a row, and the life gain deck list, yeah, you can stall them out long enough. So 4 get lost, 4 unsummons, that makes a lot of sense to me. And honestly, in an Azorius deck list, you probably, I mean, if these are your choice spot removal or choice tempo, whatever deck list you're playing in Azorius, it's probably pretty good, I'd say. Even if you're going more aggressive, maybe you're going Azorius Soldiers, 4 unsummon, 4 get lost, and then the unsummons can help protect your soldiers, potentially play them down again later on. Probably going to be decent, right? Yeah. Oh, guys, put it on the do not craft list, first of all, because it's going to be very janky. I don't care that we won the 2 games out of 3. It's going to be very janky. You're going to lose a lot with this one. I can only imagine, right? Or maybe you're like me too, and those longer games are just like a no-go. I think this one's going to generate a lot of longer games. I do think we need the 3rd Jace. What do you guys think? I don't like going up mythics at the end, but it kind of feels necessary, right? I say put it on the do not craft list. It's relatively budget, and like Get Lost is one that you're not going to be too sad about crafting if you play with a lot of white anyways. But Crystal Barricade, who knows? Who knows what this is going to do, if it's even going to do anything, right? And outside of Defenders, are we going to play it very often? I don't know, honestly. It kind of feels more like a sideboard style card, and we only play best of one, so it's rare. Only if you have these, right? And if you don't have them and you're just desperate for a Defenders list, then craft the Gleaming Barrier instead, because that's just a common. So go up a couple of those. And similar concept here, the Rune-Sealed Wall is an uncommon. So again, like you could fill out the deck list with other cheaper Defenders over crafting the Crystal Barricade. But maybe you're up against a lot of Boros Burn. Man, I would have loved to see this against Boros Burn today, huh? But time flew by, and somehow right now we're over 50 minutes into the video. Enduring Innocence is a rare too. I feel, well, first of all, Enduring Innocence is pretty darn good, especially in the right build. You might appreciate crafting the Enduring Innocence. It depends what kind of deck list you usually play though, right? Because it does belong in specific deck lists. It has to actually have creatures entering with power 2 or less. It was kind of an MVP today. It was very important to keep our hand nice and stocked. Outside of the Jace, the Enduring Innocence, and the Crystal Barricade, I guess it's pretty budget. And again, Get Lost is probably worth the craft, right? But that is also another rare too. And then the mana, of course, can be used in other Azorius lists as well. And the mana base could probably be your dual lands of choice. It wasn't too bad, and it's well, now that we went up a blue sword, it's still a pretty even split. I would actually keep that even split too, especially since we have the double white in the Enduring Innocence. Yeah, so relatively even split now that we have 3 Jace. Yeah, 3 Jace is probably essential. You're stalling out the game so long, you're not always going to get your birdies in the air to end it. If you're up against life gain, it's going to be essential for Jace. And not only life gain, if you're up against control because you go wide with birdies, they drop a Sunfall, and now you're just in an uh-oh state. So you need those Jace, right? And honestly, against control, Jace is going to be beautiful probably. Because control's also drawing a lot and stalling out the game, so the game goes on for long. You drop Jace number 1. Maybe you go -5, right? And draining them 15 cards, right? 1/4 of their deck list is huge. Yeah, especially against control. And then all you need to do is probably find Jace number 2 and the opponent sweating. Big time. All right, guys, I don't like how I rearranged everything. There's actually, honestly, I made the joke, but there's not a lot to say here. Walking Bulwark probably isn't even worth it. We didn't really get to swing with the Bulwark at all. But if we look at 1 mana Defenders, I don't think there's anything else that we would possibly want in its place. A Captive Weird, a Clockwork Drawbridge. Yeah, you probably want to keep the Bulwark, because there are going to be some games where you power up a few things with Bulwark and get a pretty good swing in or something. That is possible. Yeah, and plus, if you get rid of Bulwark, you're getting rid of another one of your win conditions. So Bulwark's kind of sort of one. Restless Anchorage kind of sort of one. Wingmantle Chaplain definitely one. And then the Jace is definitely one too. All right, guys. Yeah. Speaking of the do not craft list, don't forget about these. Where am I? Look at the dual lands real quick. Don't forget to try out these. Where are they? I can't find anything. Oh, here it is. Abandoned Campground, right? These common lands from Duskmourn. I've been having a lot of success with them. I've been asking you guys to try them out and get back to me. But let me know how it goes when you do end up trying them out. They have to be in like specific builds, right? But they enter tapped unless a player has 13 or less life. And what I've been finding is that it's just like all the time anyways. So you might as well try. Oh, you might as well try some campgrounds. Pretty much no matter what you're up against, even if it's mid-range, mid-range knows how to go really fast. Especially Golgari mid-range I've found is just absolutely devastating right now with Llanowar elves and all their demons and stuff. Anyways, if you just, it's common. So yeah, if you need to trade out some of the mana base, I would look to these Duskmourn cards just based on how the meta has been recently. It's just like all the time that a player is 13 or less life. So in this deck list, though, we stayed pretty healthy the whole time, right? I don't really know right now. We had life gain on the Innocence too, so I don't know, man. This one too, I don't even know if I was playing it out well enough. This is one to like go back and watch. But anyways, hey, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.